Hey everyone, we're coming to you today from Steamtown National Historic Site in Scranton, Pennsylvania. The reason we're here today is because there is Railfest 2018 going on for Labor Day weekend. This is an annual event that takes place every weekend for Labor Day, and it basically brings together all the rail enthusiasts around the area. There's going to be some visiting pieces, some special features, some model railroading displays, as well as a whole bunch of other things. There's a long list of events. Normally Steamtown is a free admission park, but for this special event there is a $10 admission fee which gives you this wristband. With that wristband it gives you a free ride on the short train ride that takes you from the yard to the University of Scranton, which is pulled by the Baldwin number 26 steam locomotive. And you also get a caboose hop experience where a old-time caboose is pulled behind a vintage diesel locomotive which takes you through the yard as well. Those are both included with your admission, so $10 value, you get a lot with it. Plus all the sights and sounds and things there is to see to do, plus there's food and everything else. So I'm going to give you basically a highlight tour of the events. I'm going to show you a little bit here, a little bit there. I'm not going to go into huge detail and any long sequences, but I'm just going to basically show you what you can expect to see if you come here for yourself. So come along with me as we check out Railfest 2018 at Steamtown National Historic Site. So as you saw, Baldwin 26 just pulled out of the Roundhouse, took a short spin on the turntable, and now it's going to be hooking up to the passenger cars for the short train ride service. And something that we haven't seen in a long time is right there, nickel plate 514. It's currently going under restoration, I believe mostly electrical work. It's been down for a couple years now. I think it's set to return later this year or early next year, but it's nice to see it out getting some fresh air. Also, a lot of the pieces that are in the Roundhouse, typically Canadian National 2317 and I think 3254 are actually brought outside too for display. They're normally kept inside to stay out of the elements, but for the special event they wheel them outside and we should be able to get a better look at them, as well as a cab look at 3254 where we can actually get up inside and check out the cab. So now we're going to make our way around and let's just see what else is going on. There's a lot going on throughout the building inside. There's the movie theater, the Technology Museum, History Museum, there's some model train displays, as well as various things going on the grounds outside. Out back here is the railroad speeders. Those are like the little maintenance away cars. They're little 2 to 4 seater cars that are gas powered, that run on the rails, and there's a group of them that come every year, and they typically tour around and go on abandoned tracks where they get special rights to go on active tracks, and those are really cool to ride in, and it's neat to check them out. So we'll get some rides on those as well. Now it is a relatively cloudy day today. I think it's kind of keeping the crowds down a little bit, which in my favor works out because I don't have to fight for getting a good view, but hopefully they get a better turnout tomorrow. It's supposed to be sunny tomorrow, but chance of rain both days. So let's hope more people come out and support Steamtown and experience Railfest. It's a one-of-a-kind event. Now the one great thing is during this event there's a lot of areas that are typically off limits to the public, such as the locomotive shop and repair facility. But today they're open and you can check it out for yourself. So we're going to take a walk through there and see what's going on. So now we're inside one of the back shops of Steamtown. And there's some more stuff out back as I mentioned, but basically you follow the yellow brick road and it'll lead you to the other parts of the facility and where they're currently restoring Boston and Maine 3713. Lima built locomotive that is currently doing a ground up restoration, going through a ground up restoration, and hopefully in the next couple of years we'll be operating and doing full excursions here at Steamtown. Really appreciate the size of this complex here. It's pretty impressive. So once you're back here to the right, we got 3713 hiding over there. And out to the left is where you'll find the collection of speeders where you can take a ride. Looking forward to doing that pretty soon. I believe this is the first time ever we're able to get up this close and personal to 3713. It's always typically been blocked off, but now you can get a first-hand look at its progress. I know there are various parts being shipped out or already sent out for repairs or to be rebuilt. And I believe the firebox or boiler, one of the two, I forget, just currently was awarded a grant to have that rebuilt as well at a nearby facility in Pennsylvania. One thing I'd like to mention also is that if you're very interested in railroad history, technology, anything that's related to it, Steamtown's always looking for volunteers. They are looking for volunteers to help rebuild equipment, to help do certain things in the facility. So if you're ever interested in doing that, check out their website and come down and volunteer. They're still getting everything kind of set up and prepped and ready to do their rides for the passengers. So once they're ready to go later, we'll stop back and take a ride on at least one or two of them. Now on the back part or front part of the facility, depending on how you're looking at it, we have the office and storage building right there. They actually do tours of that building, and underground in the basement is a subway where they have tracks that connected the building across the street. That's General Dynamics. It used to be the Locomotive shop, and the tracks actually go underneath South Washington Avenue and connect to that building. Now of course they are blocked off and no longer permissible, but the tracks are still down there, and it's a pretty neat tunnel. They have it lit up with lights, and it's pretty expansive. And after that, they take you through the rest of the building where there's a lot of old historical documents, photos, pieces of equipment, and the park ranger, I think his name is Pat McKnight. I'm sorry if I'm mistaken that name, but he gives the tour. He's very knowledgeable. He does the tour every year. It's very, very well worth taking the tour. It's about an hour long, and you get to see a lot of things you don't normally get to see. Next to that, where that white tent is a miniature steam locomotive train ride. It's similar to like the ones at Knoebels, but a little bit smaller. You can actually ride on that. It goes around a small loop, mainly for kids, but adults can ride it too. That's also free of charge, included with the admission. Now, if you look on the left-hand side in the distance there's a couple cars. Those are from the former circus of the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus. I believe the Preservation Society owns those cars now, and I don't know what their plans are with them, but they are here on display if you want to get a up-close look at them. Since there's not too many of them around anymore, the other ones that were purchased had to be basically stripped of their decals and the signing and the names. But since this is a historical society, they're able to keep it the way it is. Now off in the back next to the railroad speeders, we have a couple cars here that you're able to get a walkthrough tour of. Nickel Plate Road and Lackawanna dining car, I believe it is. And once out back, you'll find your places to stop and get something to eat and drink. They have various vendors here selling everything from burgers to potato pancakes. Now, one of my favorite places to visit here at Steamtown is the rail yard. It's one of the only places that you're actually able to legally walk around an active rail yard and obviously not be in any repercussions of trespassing. But they have a lot of old vintage pieces here. A lot of it's, falling apart, but it's just really cool to look at and see up close. A lot of great photo opportunities. There's a handful of old steam locomotives, passenger cars, electric cars, a little bit of everything here. So you can really take your time, walk through and check it out and see all the pieces that are in the collection. They got everything here from steam locomotives to the old diesel electric locomotives. This is one of the first engines that would replace the steam locomotive. But in my eyes, nothing will replace the steam locomotive. They're just amazing looking, powerful, loud, and basically like living creatures. Right in front of us here we have a switcher that was brought in here a couple years ago for restoration, and these are the hoods of it. Not sure what the plans are with it. I think they will be using it as a switcher, as a backup in the future. But it's another unique piece. And you can really see the size of that motor there, the engine. Now there was an excursion today. I forget where it's going to. I think Gouldsboro, maybe Moscow. But they have the AA units, 663, 664 are going to be pulling that excursion. They do have a B unit too. I don't know what the story is with that, but I know they have used it in the past. So we got the 2 Lackawanna units, the F units, pulling the excursion. We got Baldwin 26 pulling the short train ride, and an older diesel electric locomotive doing the caboose hop. So various pieces moving around the yard today, and I brought my little cube camera as well. So hopefully we get some close-up or underneath footage of the trains as they pass by. Now if you look through the passageway here, 26 is back on the turntable. I actually thought they were going to be pulling her out for hookup to the passenger cars, but I think she's going to be on display for the opening ceremony at 10 o'clock. Once the ceremonies are done, they will be having passenger service then on the short train ride, the caboose hop, and the excursion. This is a pretty cool looking caboose though. Lackawanna 889. It looks like it's going to be pulled by number 4118. I think it's a RS3 unit or RS unit. As I mentioned earlier, being outside for the first time in years is Canadian Pacific 2317. I actually have footage of her operating at a Railfest a few years ago. I believe it was the last year of her operation, and I'll actually link that video up right now. If you want to watch it, it'll pop up in the right hand corner of the screen, and you'll be able to see her in operation. Another piece that's getting some fresh air as well is Grand Trunk Western 6039. That is a beautiful looking locomotive. If I'm not mistaken, it looks like she was just painted. She's like glistening. If it was sunny out, you'd be able to appreciate it, but it looks pretty darn amazing. It appears that the opening ceremony is going to be starting momentarily, so if I'm able to, I'll get a little bit of footage of that. And here's our second piece from Canada, Canadian National 3254. And this one you can actually get up inside the cab and check it out.
Well, right now, it needs total rebuild because it's run its time.
I'm pretty sure that's what made it either go forward or backwards. And this would be the independent brake just for the engine. So this is for the whole train.
Ooh,
to
look
apply
at
the brake,
that.
and this is just for the engine.
Is that neat? See, that's where you put the coal into. You scoop it out of here.
Hey, what's this?
See?
What's this?
Oh, under the number?
Yeah.
This is what would make you go. This is what makes you stop. Pretty hard.
Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, what's this?
How you doing?
You coming, Mommy?
I'm following you. Oh, hold on.
What are you doing?
She thought you were going to just fly up here and crash into that wall.
Hold on.
Currently in the elevator going up to the second floor to get a topside view of the opening ceremony, which I believe just started, so I'll give you a couple clips of that. And if you couldn't tell, this is probably going to be a longer video, so hopefully you guys can make it through it all and enjoy all the footage I share with you guys.
I would like to take a moment to thank and recognize a few of our special guests in the audience today. We have Congressman Matt Cartwright with us today. We appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule. I believe Senator John Blake is here. Larry Molsky from the Pennsylvania Northeast Regional Rail Authority. Tom Welby, representing Marty Flynn's office. Sorry. Bill Lanick from the Scranton Times. We're always so thankful for the publicity they give for Railfest.
For Debbie's done deeds, and I've been thrilled to be working with her all these years. Thank you very much.
As we said earlier, David could not be here, but I'd like to tell you a little bit about him, just so you know why he is receiving this award. Judy Sweeney is with me. Our president, Michael Bill Martin, is also here. Hi, Michael. Thank you. I don't know if there's any other members. It was in May of that year that today's Alan Sweeney Award recipient also would begin his lifetime commitment to public service. When he became...
So while the rest of the ceremony is going on, I'm going to take advantage of that and actually check out some of the indoor pieces and displays that are here for Railfest. So let's go find some of those.
On that freight was originally in New York Central, and they custom painted it for me for O&W.
Oh, okay.
And he also did a Union Pacific GG1.
Gotta hand it to those guys that do those model train displays. A lot of hard work and effort, time and patience, something I personally don't have, but really cool checking them out. This is a fellow YouTuber, Bernie's Model Railroad. There's no idea I'm watching him, but I'll link his channel down below. He has an awesome model train display down his basement. I featured him in some of my videos before. He's part of the Preservation Dining Society car. Probably gonna kill me when he sees this.
Barn, you know, see him on somebody's antique shows once.
So I think it's about time we take a ride on one of these speeders, and we're gonna see if we can put the Q camera on the front to get some trackside footage.
You guys smile, you're going to be on this guy's little camera. He'll post it later.
Thank you.
What's your site again?
JPVideos.
Hi, camera.
Those speeders are pretty freaking awesome. I always say that one day I'm gonna buy a large piece of property, either put a miniature train on it like a Knoebels, or buy one of those speeders and travel around the country. Either way, it's gonna happen one day or another. It might be my retirement plan. As mentioned earlier, the F units are pulling the excursion today, and here's their B unit, which will complete the ABA setup. So now we're gonna head over, I believe the gentleman's name is Seth Corwin. He's the one that owns and operates this miniature steam train, so I'm not going to take a ride on it, but we'll give you some views of it.
Yeah, it's like nuts. It's like why is this like...
That's a pretty cool little train. Hope you guys are so far enjoying the tour around Steamtown for the 2018 Railfest. We're only a few hours into it. Still many more things I want to show you, so hopefully you continue watching and enjoy the rest of the video. Okay, so right now I'm making my way towards the mall to go under the pedestrian bridge. I'm going to place my cube camera in the middle of the tracks and get my double vantage point, track point of view and bystander point of view, and I merge the clips together, and it makes for a pretty cool experience. So I'm going to get up there and get all set. That way we can make it there in time to catch the train. RS3 pulling that caboose hop has a twin sister right here.
When you get up there, your back must be against the cushion. It's a little things you get older you learn about called liability. Mostly started manufactured in the late 40s, early 50s. These were the basic replacement locomotives for steam engines. What I found out by being here was interesting that you have a brand new steam engine. It's going to be down. These really big groups have twice speed.
You know, it's walking around, it's certainly worked up an appetite, so I think it's time I get something to eat. So just polished off a hot dog, and now we have some garlic parm fries with some ranch dressing, so I'm going to devour those and then get back to filming. One thing I forgot to mention too is that I'm not doing that tour of the office and storage building, but if you'd like to see what the tour consists of and an underground subway tunnel, just click on this button right here and you can watch my previous tour from a few years ago. This is probably the only time you'll ever see this roundhouse this empty. Typically, I think Baldwin 26 will be on this track right here, then either 2317 or 3254. And on the far side, I think 759, and I forget what else, but very rare seeing it like this. And we found ourselves another model train display. I think I filmed this one last year. This is of the Dallas Harvey Lake area. That's a popular landmark in the Dallas area. It's a restaurant called the Twin Stacks, I believe. So since we got some footage of Baldwin 26 rolling over my cube camera, I think it's time we put the cube camera down and have the caboose hop run over it. So I'm gonna find a good position and you guys will watch that next. unfortunately forgot to turn on the camera when the train was approaching for that run by. So I did get it on the return trip back. That's why it's going to appear in the second clip instead of on the initial approach to the camera. But right now we got, where are we at here? Right now we got Baldwin 26 approaching to get on the main line for the limited train ride. Very long wait currently for this Grant Limited train ride, so I won't be riding that today. Alright, starting to wrap up my day here at Steamtown. I've been having a great time. Weather's been actually perfect. It hasn't rained. It hasn't been too sunny, so it's been keeping the temperatures kind of comfortable. But there's something I want to share with you guys. When I was here, actually when I arrived, there's a family that came up to me and they recognized me from my videos. And apparently they're a family. They have, I think, 3 girls and 1 boy. They're a big fan of my channel for especially Knoebels videos, training videos, and I think the mother is a fan of the band and stuff, so the whole family is a big fan of the content that I put out. And believe it or not, the girls actually made this for me. I just gotta say I'm truly humbled. I never had anything like this done before. It's great to meet fans of mine in person. I gave some stickers to them, hopefully they enjoyed that. Took some pictures with them, and I just want to thank you guys. I don't know your names, but just thank you again. You guys are a terrific family, and I'm glad to see that your girls are big fans of my videos, and hopefully you guys enjoy this video as well. So just wanted to pass that along. And believe it or not, that is the family right there. It's the husband, wife, the kids, and I don't know who else is with them, but there's a whole gang of them, and they're a great bunch of people. So we're in Steamtown's theater right now, and they're actually playing a slideshow. So I'm going to give you guys a quick view of this. Guys, that's my look at Railfest 2018 happening at Steamtown National Historic Site in Scranton, Pennsylvania. If you've never been here for Railfest, I encourage you to come check it out for yourself. It's a 2-day event that happens every Labor Day weekend, and this year they did something new. With your admission, which is $10, you get your wristband, and that includes your caboose hop experience that you saw me ride earlier, as well as the Scranton Limited train ride. I didn't ride that today because the line was very long the entire time, and I've ridden it before, but if you do come, keep that in mind that you are able to ride that, and it's part of your admission. Also on back is the Railroad Speeders. You can ride those as well. That's free of charge, included in your admission. All you have to do is sign a waiver, and you can ride those as many times as you'd like. Some of the other things to do are the specialized tours that you don't normally get to take during normal operation. They have tours of the office and storage building where they take you into the basement and show you the subway tunnel tracks and what's inside that building, as well as the Matta Street train tower. And they take you in the shop area, and they have the equipment demonstrations, the wheel lathe, the ring of fire, and basically the whole shop area is open up to you. You get to walk around, enjoy it at your own pace, and get to see everything that there is to check out in there. And while you're here, make sure you visit the Electric City Trolley Museum located at the other end of the parking lot. In there you'll find history about trolleys, how they were built, how they operated, and as well as you purchase a ticket for the trolley excursion, which takes you from Steamtown to the PNC field at Music. And during that ride you get to go through a 1-mile long tunnel called the Crown Ave Tunnel. It's a really unique experience, a great trolley ride, definitely worth checking out. And in case you weren't aware, Scranton's actually called the Electric City. That's because it's the first city to ever offer electric streetcar service, and that museum is basically dedicated to that. Don't forget, if you have any comments or questions, you're welcome to leave them down below. And just remember that if you enjoyed this video, make sure you let me know by giving it a thumbs up. It's free and only takes a second. And lastly, if you're new to my channel, subscribe now. Ring that notification bell, that way you get alerts each time I upload a new video. I'd like to thank you for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next video.